If you're using Claude Code without skills, you're getting less than 10% of what it is actually capable of. Skills are what turns it from an AI slot fast code generator into something that actually thinks in your workflow. Hi friends! I'm Maddie. I'm a senior software engineer who previously worked at Google and interned at other big tech companies like Amazon, IBM, and Microsoft. I've been using Claude Code, Anthropic's AI-powered agentic coding assistant that operates directly inside your computer's terminal with Opus 4.7, the highest ranked general available model in coding ability on Sweetbench verified. And what unlocked a completely different level of output for me wasn't the model itself, it was skills. Skills are why the same tool that produces mediocre output for most people produces something that you might actually ship. Today, I'll walk you through 5 skills that will supercharge your productivity as a software engineer, covering what are Claude skills, how to install and find them, and how to use them. The 5th one is the most underrated in my opinion. And I'm so excited to tell you that Anthropic is the sponsor of today's video, which is awesome because I've used Claude Code literally every single day for months now. The link to get started for yourself is in the description. Let's get into it. Before we walk through the specific skills, let me explain what a skill actually is. A skill is a folder with the skills.md markdown file that encodes a specific workflow and makes it reusable. Here's the structure. There is a YAML front matter at the top, basically a name and description that tells Claude when to activate it. Then there's a skill body, which is step-by-step instructions on how to execute that workflow. And optionally, there are reference files. So for example, documentation, examples, and style guides that Claude will load on demand. For official Anthropic skills, you can install them with the command npx skills add anthropic/skills -- skill and then your skill name. If you want to install the skill across all your projects instead of just the current one, add the global flag. For community open source skills, the best place to browse is skillsmp.com. There are more than 1 million of them indexed there. To install any community skill, run the command npx skills add and then the name of the skill, which you'll find on the skills page. Let's talk about our first skill, the official Anthropic front-end design skill. The problem with AI-generated UIs is that without additional guidance, they look very obviously AI generated. So for example, generic spacing, unnecessary hover effects, and that purple gradient color that at this point is basically the M- of visual design. The front-end design skill fixes this by embedding real design principles into how Claude approaches front-end work. It references design tokens, layout rules, visual hierarchy guidance. So instead of that generic output, you get interfaces that look like a human actually put thought into them. I'm going to show this skill on the Music Box app I'm building where users can either upload MIDIs or compose music by clicking pins into a cylinder and that then they can play those songs and save them. Before I touch any code, I want to show you Claude Code's plan mode. I'll hit Shift-Tab twice to activate it. In plan mode, Claude reads the project context, asks clarifying questions if it needs to, and builds a structured implementation plan before it changes a single file. This is read-only. Nothing moves until I approve. I'm now going to describe the UI I want to create. So create an interactive music. And now I'm going to click enter. We're going to go ahead and answer some of Claude's questions here, then click submit, and then plan mode will continue. After it does its magic for a couple minutes, now I say the plan looks quite solid. So I'm going to accept. One thing I will turn on before it starts generating code is auto mode. If you used Claude Code before, you might have run it with dangerously skip permissions flag just to avoid approving every single file read. Auto mode is the better version of that. It handles safe actions automatically and blocks genuinely risky ones, so you're not clicking approve every few seconds, but you're also not flying completely blind. I also want to mention the desktop app preview feature. So I'm going to ask Claude to use the desktop preview to open my app. I'm going to have the preview panel open on the right side here. It's a live preview connected to a headless browser, so as Claude spins up the dev server, I'm watching the UI appear in real time. With this, I can iterate on the design without switching contexts. Claude can take screenshots, inspect the DOM, and see what is actually rendered. And don't worry about getting to a UI that you like only to lose it when the AI makes more changes. Claude Code automatically saves checkpoints, snapshots of your code state, and you can always revert. I love this because without checkpoints, I'd be doing git checkout over and over again and hoping I know unstaged changes. The second skill is Girl with Docs by Matt Pocock. This skill forces Claude to interrogate you relentlessly about every single aspect of what you're trying to build before it writes a single line of code. It will walk down the design decision tree, one branch at a time, resolving dependencies between decisions as they come up. And crucially, it does this against your project's existing domain model. So it'll read your context.md, your ADRs, your existing docs, and if something that you say conflicts with how the codebase already defines a term or concept, it calls that out immediately. So let's say I want to add a new feature on Kibana, Elastic's open source data visualization and exploration interface for searching, analyzing, and visualizing data in Elasticsearch. I'm going to evoke this skill with Grow with Docs, add a new plugin to Kibana that tracks user activity across dashboards and exposes a REST API for querying that history. Now, watch what happens before it asks a single question. It starts by exploring the existing code base. So running some bash commands, finding existing plugins, and reading source files. It also has multiple agents that are exploring different parts of the code base. So now after a couple minutes, it's created a context.md file from the information that is gleaned from the Kibana repo. And now we are going to answer some questions. So I'm going to ask that the dashboard view events, I'm going to pick option 1 here for where the dashboard view events should live. So Grow with Docs is a skill I reached for before touching an unfamiliar code base or making large-scale changes or refactors. It surfaces the things that you would have discovered the hard way 2 weeks in. The third skill is the TDD workflow skill by Afen M. TDD stands for test-driven development. Write a failing test first, then write the code that makes it pass, then refactor. It's a discipline that senior engineers know matters, but a lot of people skip when they're moving fast. The problem with letting Claude do TDD without this skill is that it'll write the implementation, then write tests that pass against the implementation, which defeats the entire purpose. You end up with tests that are structurally incapable of catching the bug that they're supposed to catch. Let's use this skill by adding a share button to the Musicbox app. So I'm going to do TDD workflow, add a share button to the music box that generates a URL to the saved song. We can see that it's creating the test cases before actually implementing the feature. And it's generating tests for the edge cases as well, not just the happy path. Now it's running the tests and they all fail. This is intentional because we haven't done the actual implementation yet. Next, it goes ahead and writes the implementation. When it runs the test again, the tests now all pass. And finally, it tests the test coverage to make sure that it's above 80%. For skill 4, I want to talk about this code reviewer skill by Shubham Sabu, the one that I reach for most on anything touching shared infra that I might not be familiar with. So for example, we're going to type in code reviewer and this PR link to use it on this Kibana PR that adds in an opt-in mechanism to skip SFRF validation for requests authenticated via API key or bearer token. This is a security adjacent change that touches auth middleware. The skill analyzes this PR and then comes back with a full security report and recommendations. Let's walk through some of its findings organized by severity level. So as a critical finding, the serverless default for allow credentials headers is true with no code level enforcement of the trust model that it depends on. The PR description actually justifies this by saying a gateway enforces CORS for all serverless traffic. That's okay, but that's an architectural assumption and not something that is enforced in the code itself. So if a dev or staging environment doesn't have that proxy in place, the XFR of protection silently disappears across the entire instance. As a high priority finding, the exempt schema list is typed as a string or null with no constraint on values. So the bypass compares against a closed set, API key bearer, but nothing prevents a future auth provider from storing a schema with mixed casing, which would silently fail to bypass XFRF as intended. The fix is a branded type or a documented lowercase invariant. For a medium priority finding, there's no debug log when XFRF is actually bypassed. So for monitoring and incident response, knowing that a post request went through without the necessary XFRF headers because of credential auth would be a very useful signal to debug. It also flagged things like missing test coverage, a naming issue, and also some maintainability concerns. So this skill basically acted like a senior security reviewer. And last but not least, let's talk about Skill Creator. This one is an official Anthropic skill and quite a meta one. It builds skills for you. Here's how the workflow goes. You describe the process you want to make into a skill. Claude interviews you, asks clarifying questions until it understands the full workflow, drafts the skill, and packages it into the proper format. You do not have to write any markdown yourself by hand. You can use this if you can't find an existing suitable skill for your use case. So for example, let's say that I want to create an Elasticsearch query validator skill in the Kibana repo. So I ask Skill Creator to create me an Elasticsearch query validator to check that any ES queries in my diff use valid DSL syntax, aren't using deprecated query types, and follow the performance guidance Kibana has for avoiding expensive aggregations. Now we're going to go ahead and answer some of Claude's questions. So we want the validator to run against the current branch diff. We wanted to understand ES DSL objects and JSON. We wanted to report findings as a markdown, and it should both report and apply fixes. And we're going to submit those answers. And pretty soon we now have this shiny new skill. So this workflow is now reusable for future sessions. So in conclusion, here are 5 Claude Code skills you can use to supercharge your productivity as a software engineer. Front-end design, Grill with Docs, TDD workflow, code reviewer, and skill creator. Of course, you're not limited to those. You can explore the more than 1 million other skills published out there. And just a reminder, to use Claude Code, you'll need a Claude plan. So check out the link in the description. And that's all I have for you in this video. If you found this useful, hit the like button, hype the video, and subscribe. I post videos on AI engineering, career development, and software engineering every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.